Capricorn, welcome to your November 2016 love reading. Wow, really nice cards. Really nice cards, I think. A lot of them. Yeah, so at the heart of this reading, which is kind of the energetic theme, or what you might be feeling, is the lover. I was going to say the Lover's card was the Sun card, but it is a card associated with love. It's associated with Leo, the sign that the Sun rules. So obviously, that's always a possibility that it's a person who is a Leo or has that very prominent in their chart. But if you think about the fifth house in astrology, the fifth house is about falling in love. It's a very positive card in the tarot, and it deals with more than love. It deals with success. It deals with just a feeling of joy, of well-being. So this may be permeating you in general. And, when we feel good, we tend to attract good things to us. But it also could be that you're feeling good because you have fallen in love. And so that's just how you're feeling. So that's really nice, especially those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. Sometimes in November, we don't get much sun. And so it can feel a little gloomy. The days are shorter. And it's kind of nice to have a feeling, or overwhelming feeling of joy at any time of the year. But, especially when you're in that early stage of feeling a sense of being in love with somebody. And let me look at the past position to kind of get more clarity on this. The Six of Pentacles. It's so funny. The Six of Pentacles sometimes can relate to inheritances, or you're getting money from someone. Like you need money and someone is able to help you. I think even like loans would be included in this, but it's usually a person, when you think about it, this person has the means to be able to, give his gold coins to somebody who needs it, who's asking for it. But I always think of alimony, or what do they call that? Just like a divorce settlement. So I don't know if that's relevant to anyone, but it could definitely mean that some people have had that resolved. As far as I'm concerned, that might be a possibility, and now you're able to just enjoy your life because you've put the past behind you. It could mean that you're in love with somebody who is an earth sign. I'm getting a lot of pentacles in this reading, so it could be a literal earth sign, just like you're an earth sign. It could be a Virgo, it could be a Taurus, or I was going to say, God help you, another Capricorn. I don't know. If you're involved with a fellow Capricorn, let me know down in the description box or the comment section below, because that would be a very interesting thing. I don't think I've ever known a couple that are both Capricorns. But, it's a very ambitious and financially conservative sign. So in terms of whatever influence has come from the past, it's a positive card. So I don't think it's something negative, unless it was that you reached a settlement and divided property. If you can see this, the man is holding scales. So there's some kind of fairness happening. Sometimes this card comes up when you're dealing with a situation where you want to get, your fair share of something, usually of a material nature. And sometimes in relationships, this would come up I think it could come up sometimes if one person is staying at home to raise the children and the other one's working, or maybe the other person's unemployed, and the issue of fairness comes up in that context. Are you, giving me what I'm giving you? But it's not in the reverse position, so I don't think there's some kind of a challenge with it. I think it's actually something positive that has come about, and it could be with an earth sign individual. Coming in for you in the near future, we have the Knight of Swords. So whether this is a person, as the court cards can be these players. I'm talking about, characters in the play, in your play of life. This would be somebody who, oh wow, yeah, you know what? Knight of Swords could be a lawyer. So I don't know. I mean, that might be the six of Pentacles. If it were relating to why a relationship went south, it could be because you decided to go after, a relationship on equal footing. And maybe you were footing the bill. And I always say that very cautiously, because I do feel that sometimes people are too tit for tat, where they, it's like, okay, I did this for you, you have to do this for me, and things like that. And, I hate to say it, Capricorn, but your sign, I could see you doing that not because you believe in fairness, but because, well, you believe in fairness, but it's the money, it's the resources that are being, put out. But I feel like one blind spot for Capricorns could be in the relationship front. I've said this before, and I've explained why I believe this to be the case with earth signs, especially Capricorn and Taurus, that sometimes they are so bound by, matter or material, the concepts of the material, that they can really think that, relationships have to be, you have to pay to play. So that means that you have to invest money in this person. And so they don't bat an eyelash if the other person has expectations for them to, be wined and dined and treated like, whatever. And don't see it as the person is after their money, and until it's too late. And so it's kind of a weird thing to talk about, because on the other hand, you don't want to be, stingy or paranoid. And those are two things to watch out for as well. But, when you are overly materialistic, then you tend to attract that. And the other person, is looking at love as a, gravy train or something. And it could be in a more subtle way. It doesn't have to be just like a blatant thing. And not all Capricorns are going to, be susceptible to this either. I don't want to sell you short in that area, because I think it's almost like an honest mistake, in the sense that you just are inherently practical and career-minded. So you're going to naturally see life in that, within that lens, or through that lens, I should say. And so anything related to money, that's not something where you would go, oh, well, I understand now. You're just trying to use me. No, you'd say, okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, this person wants this. And you don't consider the ulterior motives, especially if you really are in love, because, I was going to say Aquarians. Capricorns, I feel like, it's funny, you guys come across as very, hard sometimes, or some of you do, in terms of, just being very, I don't know how to put it. It's not cold necessarily, but very controlled. And yet,